This week I was in the kitchen talking about the benefits of sourdough and how you can begin your own sourdough baking journey. Well, after the time change and with the holiday season among us, you may find yourself wanting to spend more time inside and maybe busying yourself with some baking. Well, if that's you, then sourdough may be the perfect hobby for you. And before you start baking sourdough bread, everyone needs a healthy, mature sourdough starter. Everyone meet mine. His name is Little Richie. A sourdough starter is actually a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. And now that you can kind of see those bubbles, and through the fermentation process you see the bubbles form and it rises. So he's my rising star, if you will, but it's really important that you feed your starter every day or once a week, every day, especially if you are starting one. Now I'm going to feed mine for you guys really quickly. So you want another mason jar, and you're going to discard it in this other mason jar. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to discard half or about half, and you're going to pour that into your mason jar. Now you can give this to a friend, or you can throw away your discard. Discard basically means it's unfed starter. And starter is going to be what leavens your sourdough bread, your crusty sourdough bread, tartine bread, country bread, if you will. It's known as many different things, but you're going to discard it, and then you're going to give this to a friend, or you're going to store it in your fridge for later. You're going to seal that top on and store it to be used in discard recipes like Cheez-Its that we have over here, or tortillas as well. You can't use it to leaven your bread because it's not been fed. So one thing that you want to do is go ahead and feed it. I use a digital scale. So I'm going to feed it whole wheat flour. You can feed it bread flour as well. I feed it about 50 grams of flour, 50 grams of water, and that's all that a sourdough starter consists of, is flour and water. And sourdough bread, all it consists of is flour, water, salt, and a lot of time and patience. So you're going to stir that together really well, and it looks like a pancake batter, kind of like a drop batter. And you're going to let that ferment for about 8 to 12 hours, depending on the temperature of your kitchen. That is going to be how long it doubles in size. Once it doubles in size, you can use it to make bread like this over here. This was just flour, water, salt, and thyme, as I mentioned, and you get that nice open crumb, really crunchy outside on the outside as well, really tasty and a little bit sour from the fermentation process. And there you have it. That's your sourdough 101, and I know that's a lot of information. More information for how to start your own sourdough, or where to get your own, maybe from a friend or from myself, maybe from Little Richie, head to ktbs.com. And if you have any questions or topics that you would like me to cover, send us an email at pressreleases@ktbs.com.